Yes, it's that time, everyone. Thank you so much for stopping by our little sliver of the internet. Got an interesting one for you today that's definitely gonna have some people talking and may hit some people in an interesting way, and it is called Asking for It. It's from Eamon O'Rourke, who directed this story about Joey, who unfortunately is a victim of a sexual abuse that was happened at the hands of someone who she trusted. And while she is dealing with that trauma and trying to move on, she crosses paths with Regina, who has also suffered trauma in her life. Regina is played by Alexandra Shipp, another great performance. And so Regina brings Joey into her group of women who are on a mission. Now, this group of women are made up of folks who have all suffered some kind of major trauma in their life, and they band together to support one another and help others who have been or are still currently in similar situations, help them get out of the situation, help be a support group for them, help them try to heal. Well, they decide to take on a big target. This group goes after the leader of a men's first movement. His name is Mark Vanderhill, played by Ezra Miller, and they have a very specific target. They want to at least teach this guy a lesson who is really like so misogynistic a-hole, and they want to try to send a message. So we watch as they go on their mission to try to send a message to this individual, but realize soon that he's not the one fully pulling the strings. There's an even scarier individual, Morel, played by David Patrick Kelly, and we see how they try to still carry out their mission, put some of their differences aside, deal with their trauma, and get out of it with their skin intact. Wow, Asking for It is an interesting, amazing film that blew me away when I watched it, and it's great. I enjoyed this film quite a bit, namely for this cast. Vanessa Hudgens in here as Beatrice, this powder keg of an individual. Loved her performance in here. Rhoda Mitchell as Sal, Leslie Stratton as Lily, who's this mute character who had acid poured on her. Casey Camp Hornick as Fala. There's a story just with her itself. I mean, there's a large group of very talented individuals involved in this project, and yeah, I really dug it quite a bit. I dug the story. I liked how it was focused, and how on the surface, if you just read the IMDb description, you might think, oh, it's just, all men are evil, hate all men. No, it is not about that. They very clearly define the motivations of this group and why they're doing what they're doing. And I really liked that about it as well, because other films who try this don't handle it with as much care as I think this film does. Now, Ezra Miller's Mark Vanderhill, Tom Cruise's character from Magnolia, take that and up it to about 15 with some Monster and Red Bull thrown in. I mean, he just sells this, goes over the top, and really, everything you've ever read about individuals like this on the internet, it is thrown into this character. And then you've got David Patrick Kelly, who is wonderful as this calm, collected individual who has also got that darkness underneath him that he lets out when needed, and he's a scary individual, and such a contrast between these two characters quite a bit. It's got a high production value. There is some humor. There's a lot of serious moments in here, and I liked how they handled talking about, describing, and conveying the trauma, or what situations these women were put in that led them to this point in their lives. Because even with Joey's assault, we aren't just shown everything in graphic detail like sometimes we do in films. No, they leave it a little bit more to your imagination. They don't show you everything, but they give you enough to get the idea across. And that as well I appreciated quite a bit, because they weren't going for that shock value, but they still wanted you to be shocked. And if that makes sense, and they do it, they accomplish that here. So for me, I enjoyed asking for it quite a bit. It hit on many levels. There's some great performances and some interesting twists that they take with the characters, especially their decisions that they make. So I would say check it out, watch it. Don't just take the reviews on IMDb that were posted there before the film was released. Form your own opinion by going and watching this movie. And don't forget to check out the 2 interviews I did as well with David Patrick Kelly and Leslie Stratton. Very interesting insight in the behind the scenes actions going on for the making of this film. So thank you so much for watching. And until next time, remember, keep that ticket stub.